my name is Megan. Welcome to my channel. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. And if you are new, I hope you like what you see and maybe stick around. So it's been a while since I've filmed a video. I was doing great every 2 or 3 weeks, and then we moved. So we've been here in Texas for about 4 months now. And I'm not really going to go into a life update or any of that because this is just going to be kind of like a FlossTube extra all about Jolly July. But stay tuned for my next FlossTube and I'll go more into life details and how the move has been and how the girls are settling in and all that good stuff. So today I'm going to show you some previous finishes, my current Christmas whips, and then I'm going to go through all of my Christmas wintry charts that I have just to maybe inspire you, maybe add to your wish list. Maybe if you have one, we can start to sell together and just make some plans. So grab your beverage, stick around, and I hope you enjoy what you see. So first up, I'm going to show you my finishes, not fully finishes because I don't actually have any of those, but this is an ornament I stitched. It says, "I wish you the merriest Christmas," and this is 1/1 on 25 count, I believe. So I'm trying to do 12 ornaments in 2024, and I was doing a great job, and then we moved and that all kind of fell to the wayside. So this one was done with some Belle Soie silk. I don't remember what color, but it's very nice. I love the variegation. I love stitching 1/1 on 25 count. That's my sweet spot. I just love how tiny it comes out and it's still easy to see the holes. Okay, next up, this one's very old. This one, my mom and my sister and I stitched together, I want to say 3 years ago. Of course, I didn't sign it, so I have no idea when I actually finished it, but I want to say a good 3 years ago. And this is part of the Lizzie Kate, it's like a mystery sampler. And I stitched this 2/2 on 28 count, but I pulled all my own colors because it was originally done in lots of like minty greens and pinks, and those just are not my Christmas colors. And I love how it turned out. I even have the little heart charm over here. I just need to finish it, and I keep saying I'm gonna finish it for this Christmas. I'm gonna finish it for this Christmas, and it's been like 3 Christmases, but maybe this is the year. So okay, finish number 3. This is not really Christmassy, it's more winter, but I decided to throw it in. This is Bottle Brush Tree Farm by Heart and Hand. No, Hands On Design. I should know that. She's my favorite designer. So some of the called for, some I pulled my own colors. Like I believe most of the greens, I think I pulled my own colors just because I didn't care for the colors that were charted. And I believe it's all DMC. Okay, here's another ornament. Ornament number 2. This one is from the Just Cross Stitch DVD. I stitched this 1/1 on 28 count with a very variegated color and cotton floss. And it says, "Faith, Hope, and Peace." So probably not the best choice to do 1/1 because the negative space is part of the design here for these snowflakes, and it's really hard to see because the stitches are so small. But you live and you learn. So ornament number 2. I thought I had another ornament, but it's not here, so oh well. Okay, this is a Teresa Kogut Santa. I don't remember which one. I did this one 2/2, and this one I pulled a lot of my own colors too because she calls for like tons of different like Valdani and Weeks and Color and Cotton or classic colorworks. So instead of just rooting for all those colors, I just pulled my own. Now I will say I messed up when I was stitching this one, so when I went to do these little scallops, I kind of after the first 2 figured out the pattern, and I was like, okay, I don't need to look at the chart anymore, let me just go. Well, I didn't realize that I think every other one is like one stitch narrower than the one next to it, and so then when I got down here, you can see I had all this extra space. And if you're new here, I don't rip. I do everything I can to not frog. And so I was like, there is absolutely zero chance I'm ever gonna rip all that out. So I tried to figure out what to do and how to improvise. And so over here, I stitched my initials, and then over here, I'm gonna put the date. I'm gonna have to go back and watch some floss tube videos because I don't know when I finish this. So I don't know what date to put in. It's either 2022 or 2023, but okay, that's it for previous Christmas finishes. Now we're gonna go into Christmas whips. Okay, so this first one is in the Cross Stitch Christmas Festive Favorites book by Craftways. And the one I'm stitching is the Holly Jolly Sampler by Michelle Lutzen. So this is what it looks like. And I changed a lot of the colors because I didn't care for black. It just doesn't seem Christmassy to me. So I'm doing this 2/2 on, I think this is 28 count. And it's, sorry for the wrinkles, but there's no way I'm ironing, so it is what it is. This is mine so far. And I started this just this past Christmas season. And then I actually brought this down to Texas, so my husband and I were house hunting. And so I stitched on this a lot here. But that's as tall as it's going to be. I was going up here and just stitching along, and then I went down to the side and did the jolly, and then I was like, oh my gosh, you know what, there's not a lot of room at the bottom there. So I went and stitched the very bottom of the chart just to make sure I would have enough room on the fabric before I did the rest of the sampler. And there's enough room, not a ton, but there's enough. So, and just bear with me, I'm gonna put these back in the bags. Try to keep myself organized here. Okay, next up is Hoop-de-Doo Peppermint Christmas by Sue Hillis Designs. This, I think, is just darling and precious, and I am doing this for my girls to either put in their playroom or their bedroom. They share a bedroom now during the Christmas season. My oldest loves pink. It's her favorite color. She's a girly girl. My youngest she just turned 2, so who knows what her favorite color is going to be, or if she's even going to like pink. But my oldest does, so we're going with it. Plus, I just think like the pink and the minty green, while not my Christmas colors, would be super, super cute for a little girl's room. And I am stitching this on a 30 count blush, so 2/2. Now, hold on, let me just finish this stitch so the needle's on the back. Okay, there we go. Look how cute! I really don't have too much left to do for this one. Obviously I have some greens to finish in the tree, and I'm working on the little candy cane trunk down here. And I did all the back stitching on this side of the ribbon, but I have to do the back stitching on this side, and then I'll be done. So maybe what I'll do is I'll try to get some of these Christmas whips done instead of starting anything new. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes when I go through all these Christmas charts I have, because I'm sure it's going to be like, I want to start that, and I want to start that, and I don't know. We all know cross stitchers love to start things. We're easily distracted. Okay, this next one is a dimension stocking. I'm stitching for my oldest daughter's part of the Dimensions Gold Collection. It's the Secret Santa stocking. I just love it because I think it's so classic. You know, it's not too babyish or too young that she's ever going to grow out of it. So let's see. I'm not doing the called for or the kit fabric, it was just really hard, crunchy Aida. I believe I'm doing this on, I think it's a 16 count Aida. I have no idea. It's not any kind of fancy over dyed or anything because it's all, you know, going to be covered since it's full coverage. But this is where I'm at. I started down at the bottom in the toe section. So what you're going to see is this part down here. And Santa's sleeve is very easy because it's lots and lots of block stitching here. But these greens, that's a lot of confetti. And it's hard because there's a lot of counting and I double and triple check my counting. And then I have to like count 2 times on the fabric to make sure I'm in the right spot and then stitch 2 stitches. And then go back to the pattern, count 3 times, make sure I'm in the right spot, come over here, count twice, stitch 2 stitches, repeat, repeat, repeat. So it's just, the green is slow going, but I'm trying to finish up this whole section before I move on. But the tiny little bit that I have, I really like. So this is definitely going to be a top priority for Jolly July for me. Not because I have any delusions I'm actually going to finish it this year, but just because I want to make some good progress. I would like to have this done at some point before my child no longer lives at my house. So we shall see. Okay, and then this one's not technically a whip because I haven't put any stitches in it, and I have fabric, but there's, yeah, this is definitely not going to be what I stitch it on. This is 28 count Mystic Gray, and it's just very like crunchy and hard. So I'll use this for something, for some smalls, but not for this. This is the Secret Santa series by Hands On Design. Like I mentioned earlier, she's my favorite designer, so I have all these, and then on each, there's 8 of them. And at the bottom of the chart on the back, there's a tiny little portion of another chart. So when you actually stitch all 8, if you stitch that little portion on the bottom of the chart, you end up with a 9th little design as well. So they're super cute. Naughty or Nice. Spread Joy. Dear Santa. Merry and Bright. Silent Night, question mark. The Santa Key, Holly St. Nick, and Jingle All the Way. So that's a to be started at some point. Carrying on with Hands On Design. I have not done the Jingle Ball yet, but I'm thinking this is the year that I'll actually do it because there's so many cute designs. So this was a Jingle Ball release, not this past year. So in 2022, the first Jingle Ball, I believe. The Tree Lot by Hands On Design. So I love the way she finished them. They're super cute, but I wanted to stitch mine on green fabric. And I couldn't find any green fabric anywhere that I really liked. So I dyed some and I love it. And it never shows up well in photos or on camera. So it's like a foresty green, just a nice forest green. So I'm stitching one of the trees so far, and this is where I'm at. And these little triangles are the very bottom row. So I'm almost done with this first tree. And right here in this little red, these are, I don't know if they're eyelets, but there's some kind of little stitch, fancy stitch. I think I'm gonna put like maybe an M for Megan or a J for my last name, or even just put one of these red stitches right in the middle because it feels like it's just empty and it needs something there. So I don't know, we'll see. See if I can get, okay, this is much more true to the color. It's still not quite as saturated as it is in real life, but it gives you a better idea. So I love it. And actually, oh, this fabric. So this was some linen from Hobby Lobby last summer or 2 summers ago. They were like clearancing all their cross stitch stuff. And so if it was any count that I would remotely stitch on that was linen, I grabbed it. And this was just a plain white one. And then I dyed it. I love dyeing fabrics. And it turned out great. And then I have one more whip here to show you. Oh, here we go. Okay, here's the chart. So it's Heartstrings Samplery, Baby It's Cold Outside. I love it. It's very classic. I've seen people stitch it, and I just finally bit the bullet and decided to go for it. So this is being stitched on, I don't know, let's see, 36 count Prairie Land. And this is what I have so far. So this is as tall as it's going to be on this fabric. It's going pretty quickly, and I'm pulling all my own threads for this. So let's see what we've got here. And I'm actually just, it happened to work out that I'm doing this all in silks. Probably. Okay, so for the red, I'm using Tulip by Belle Soie. Classic Colorworks, but okay, and then I'm doing Dark Chocolate by Fiberlicious. Woods Witch by Fiberlicious. This is a green. It's very pretty. It's like a dark evergreen color. Blushing Linen by Fiberlicious. Aussie Gold by Dinky Dice. And then I believe it calls for 2 different kind of creams. So this one is a Threadworks. So this is just an overdyed cotton. And it's called Coffee and Cream. And then here is what they all look like on the linen. So very pretty. I'm excited to have this one stitched. So this will definitely get some love because this is a very recent start. Probably started it like a week ago, maybe. Okay, now on to the enabling part. So here I'm just going to go through all my Christmas charts and some winter charts that I have in my stash, and maybe you'll get some ideas of things you want to stitch or add to your wish list, and then maybe I'll get some ideas of potential new starts if I finish some of those Christmas whips. So let's go. This is not going to be a start, but it's in my stash. This is another Gold Collection Dimension stocking. This one's Enchanted Ornaments. And so I love this one. I'm going to stitch this one for my other daughter, but not until I finish the first stocking. But I've loved this for a long time, and then I heard a rumor that it was going out of print or being discontinued or whatever. So I finally purchased it. I have no idea if that was true. I don't know if you can still get it, but I loved it. Again, I think it's very classic, and she won't outgrow that one either. Okay, back to this Cross Stitch Christmas Festive Favorites book. I tabbed a couple of the designs that I really liked in here that I hope to stitch one day. So the first one is Rustic Blue by Lee Fisher. It's just a super cute winter sampler. Small. It reminds me a lot of Heart and Hand. And then my Holly Jolly samplers in here. And the other one I like is this Cranberry Wreath. Let's see, what's it called? It's called, oh, it's just called Cranberry Wreath. I don't know who designed, oh, Annette Erickson. So they've finished it as like a little table runner. I wouldn't do that, but I like the wreath. I think that would be cute to stitch, and you can write, like, I could chart this Joy inside, or Noel, or Mary, but I thought that was cute. Oh, pardon my reach. Okay, here's another Cross Stitch Christmas Celebration and Stitches book. Now, I bought this one after I watched one of Vanna Pfeiffer's The Twisted Stitchers videos. She was showing all the stitches that she has hanging in her living room, and one of the ones in here she stitched, and I absolutely loved it, and this was the only place you could buy the pattern that I could figure. So I bought the book, and I bought it off of Amazon for like 10 bucks, so I was very happy with that. It was printed in 2001, so quite old, but this is the piece, and it's called Lo, How a Rose by Bright Needle. It's just very, very pretty. It says, Lo, how a rose ever blooming from tender stem hath sprung. It came a flower bright amid the cold of winter, when half spent was the night. Just, I love it. So that will definitely get stitched at some point. And then these Santas I really liked. So there's 3 of them. You can line them up like that, or you can do them individually like they did this guy and just frame them. But I was also thinking I could do one individually as one of my 12 and 24 Christmas ornaments. So speaking of 12 and 24, for this past Christmas, my in-laws got me the Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornament DVD. So this has all the Christmas ornaments from 17 years, between 1997 and 2013. And then, of course, I was super excited. Let me see if it says on the back how many designs. Oh, all it says is 1,000+ patterns. So over 1,000 patterns. So very soon after I got it, I went on, of course, looked at all the different designs, and then I printed out little bitty, like, the finished picture with the cover photos of all the ones I liked, and they're all in this giant Ziploc. So and the little envelopes I've sorted into different themes, like Santas or religious or monochrome stitches or animals, whatever. And so I've tried to organize them, and I go into this and pull for my Christmas ornaments for my 12 and 24. So this is where I've gotten a lot of my designs. And then when I really like them, I go ahead and I print off the patterns. So here's more that are not in that bag. Okay, and now for the rest of them, we're just gonna go in size order. So that's how my patterns are organized. They're all in this one big plastic drawer, which is completely full. So I'm trying not to buy any more patterns, but we'll see. But they're organized from smallest to biggest, and that's just how we're going to go through it. So first up, this was a gift from my friend Ari. It's a Mill Hill from the Winter Holiday Collection called Baking Spirits Bright. And it's supposed to be one of the little magnets for your refrigerator, but when I stitch this, I'll probably finish this as an ornament for the Christmas tree. Oh, and look at that. Found a needle on the floor. Okay. Next up is Hollies and Berries by Little House Needleworks. Whoa, sorry about that light, y'all. Joyful Journal. This is December from Heart and Hand. So a lot of these smalls would obviously be very easy to do for Christmas ornaments. A Stitcher's Stocking by JBW. Okay, so we have Wee Santa 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. So 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. No. I guess they are kind of small. They're roughly like 70 by 80. So if you did it like 2/2 on 32 count, it would be 4.5 by 5 inches. So yeah, they're small. Okay, Jingle by the Trilogy. Lizzie Kate, Wise Men Still Seek Him. I really like this one. Lizzie Kate Winters Seasons. So there's a series. This is part of a series, so there's one for every season. This is the winter one, and then if you stitch them all together, it'll look something like this. I have all 4. I don't plan to stitch them together. Doodles Christmas by Heart and Hand. I also have Doodles Winter, but I just didn't pull it for this video. Mill Hill Buttons and Beads Christmas Welcome. This just felt like a classic Christmas to me, with the garland and the light post and the little cardinal over here. So I love that. Be My Bonnet Stitch Cards, Set C by Lori Holt. I believe I won this in a giveaway, or someone gave it to me. Okay, Erica Michaels is another favorite designer. This is Peace and Quiet. I found this on eBay. I loved it. Santa's Tree Farm by With Thy Needle and Thread. Lizzie Kate Winter Alphabet. This one has little charms buttons to go with it. Teresa Kogut Santa and Reindeer Ornaments. Those are cute. I believe, yeah, all that black is stitching. So one day when I do stitch this, there's no way I'm stitching all that black. It's just gonna be the plain fabric. So I'll make sure to pick a fabric that will go well with the design. More Snow, Oh No by Artful Offerings. So when I lived in Michigan, this was definitely how I felt come January, February, March, April, sometimes May. Pierre Noël Rouge by Tralala. I'm sorry, not Pierre, Pear. All Is Calm by October House. Again, super cute. Pink is not my color, but these would be really cute to add to my girls' room to go with that Sue Hillis hoop design. This is Joyeux Noël, also by Artful Offerings. I got this actually at the freebie table at my first cross stitch retreat. So it was on my wish list, and then I found it, so I was very happy about that. This is part of the Petite Collections from Erica Michaels. It's Jolly Soul. And then there's another one on the back that's a little different. And this one I've actually stitched before. I stitched for a Smalls Exchange. So I'm going to eventually restitch it for myself. Okay, Lizzie Kate, Dear Santa, I've Been Good. Waxing Moon Designs, Eat, Drink, and Be Merry. I do not have any of the little buttons that go with it, the little gingerbread or the lights, so I'll just stitch that in. Plum Street, Flirting. I love the trees on this. I love winter trees, evergreen trees. I don't know why. I think because you can have it up for Christmas, but then you can continue leaving it up through winter. Wreath House and Home for the Holidays Neighborhood by Hands On Design. So it has all 3 of them. This one is It Just Needs Love by the Bay Needle Art. This one I bought, I think, Facebook Marketplace. But tell me this does not remind you of the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. Right? I just think it's so stinking cute. And literally every single time I see this, I think Charlie Brown Christmas tree. Every single time. Papa Noel by Tralala. Snowy Chockful by Hands On Design. Cheerful Giver by October House. Plum Street Rack Stack. Silver Creek Samplers. Huh. Oh, My Christmas List. Okay. I'm sure you've seen this one all over. Lots of people have stitched it. This is one of my one-day starts. One day I will stitch that. You Melt My Heart by Annie Bees. Annie Bees is also Annie Bees and Dirty Annie's. I really like a lot of their designs. Heartstring Samplery Advent Season Ornament Set. These are super cute. Plum Street Samplers Polar Pack. This one is all kitted up with the thread and the fabric. This is Christmas Flourishes by Accents. So Accents is the LNS close to my parents' house where I grew up in New Orleans. So that's why it's a fleur-de-lis. And there's two different designs. You can do the big one or the tiny one. Let's Talk Winter by Hands On Design. A.B. Christmas, Quaker Style by RETM. Christmas Row by Bent Creek. This one I also found at Accents, and I thought it was really cool because I've never seen anything like this, and I love that I can do it with just one floss, because sometimes you just don't want to have to change your thread all the time. You just want to stitch until your thread runs out. So this is the Work Basket Quaker Santa and Quaker Snowman. No, obviously this is very old, but I don't know if you can still buy it or not. Let's see. 2006, so I don't know. This is Carriage House Samplings Reindeer Feed Sack. So I think I have all of the feed sacks. Have I stitched a single one? No, I have not. Does that matter? Love that. Fourth Day of Christmas by Hello from Liz Matthews. This is the only one I have, because it's the one I like the most. Okay, the Cricut Collection Sophia's Scotties. So it's a little snow globe with little Scotties in there. And that's it. That's the end of my Christmas charts. So hopefully I didn't go through those too quickly for you. Hopefully you get some inspiration, maybe added to your wish list, found something you want to start. If there's anything in there that you have that you want to start, just let me know. Maybe we can stitch along together. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do another video at the end of July to update you on progress of these Christmas whips, any new starts I've made, and anything I've finished. Hopefully I'll have at least one Christmas whip finished. So let me know in the comments if you are participating in Jolly July. If you are, what are your plans? And be sure to follow me on Instagram. My name is the same there, The Gem Stitchery. I'll put it here and I'll link below in the comments as well. Happy stitching, guys. Bye.